You got in the second half, you guys really were a lot more efficient offensively, really in the second half of the first half, and it continued on, especially in the second half. What changed?
We just talked about playing Warrior basketball. We go inside out with it, and to start the game, we hit a couple threes. Emma hit a couple threes. Tiana chipped in a three, and sometimes when you do that as a team, it gets you out of your normal rhythm. And I really think that's what happened, along with their press and how we attacked them on the other end. That's what got us out of our funk. I just stressed it during a timeout. I think it was my second timeout of the first half. We've got to go back to playing Warrior basketball. Go inside out. Things will happen good for us that way. And then halftime, that was the halftime speech. Who are we? What do we do? Have confidence in that. And that's what we did. We showed it second half.
I thought stemming the tide when they had an 11-0 run to make it 17-11.
Yep.
There was plenty of time left, but what you don't want to have happen is 17-11 to turn into 25-12. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Stemming the tide there, I thought was kind of important for you guys before letting it get too much out of control.
I would agree. Earlier on in the year, that's how we lost the good teams. Teams would get in on those runs, and we just couldn't break the ice, get a score, be mentally tough enough to overcome that run, to stop their run and start putting points on the board. We did that this game, and that's what I'm proud of. That's how we've grown as a team. So from your, that's an excellent observation on your point, that's what you have to do. And if you understand basketball, it truly is about a game of runs. And the mentally tough teams, and Bo Ryan taught me this, the mentally tough teams shorten your runs and lengthen theirs. And that's what we tried to do.
The other thing that I thought was important, and this is kind of stating the obvious, but once you guys got it to 10, 12, 14 points to lead in the second half, you never let them get it down to 6 or 7, like you just said, shortening their runs. And momentum is such a big thing this time of year where all of a sudden if they can kind of get it down to 5 or 6, maybe late in the game that funny things happen. So keeping that lead at double digits in the second half, I thought made it where you guys could play at a lot more comfortable pace.
Yes, and that's what we did, and that's another step that we've taken being a young team. We wouldn't have done that earlier on in the year, but we're comfortable now playing, being successful, and also playing when it's tight. We've played in some tight ball games, and that's what that's taught us. So we're getting a lot more mentally tough as we move on.
And then lastly, I was particularly impressed with the way Sydney Fleer played with 3 fouls and then 4 with 4.5. So basically in foul trouble for the entire second half. And yet she finished, she really, her and Maya, but her with the foul trouble, really dominated the second half.
Oh, yeah. No, Sid's learning. I mean, she's only a sophomore, and thankfully I've got her for a couple more years. But she's learning how to do that, and she took a big step forward tonight in her maturity as a basketball player, too.
Cool. Anything else, Tim?
No.
Awesome. Cool. Congrats. Good luck on Saturday.